Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. In my previous video, I baked curry puffs that have crumbly and tender pastry. Today, I will be baking curry puffs with crispy and flaky Chinese-style pastry. To achieve this, we need two types of dough, namely the water dough and the oil dough. These two types of dough create a layered pastry that is delicate, flaky, crispy, light and airy. Come along with me to see how these curry puffs are made. So it starts off with the chicken, the Bombay onions, potatoes, which I have diced into 1 cm cubes, and also curry leaves. So heat up some oil and put in the curry leaves to extract the aroma of the curry leaves. And then we can also add in the ginger paste. Give it a stir for about a minute and then put in the garlic paste. Also stir for another minute. Then we will add in our onions, the diced onions, and continue to stir this for another minute until you can detect the aroma of all these spices. So then you can add in the chicken. Yep, we need not cook the chicken thoroughly because later we're going to cook it together with the other ingredients. So what we need is to get a bit of white parts onto our pieces of chicken, something like this. Yeah, so when it reaches that, we will then add in our diced potatoes, pour it in, and then give it a good stir. The seasonings comprise of light soya sauce, meat curry powder, chili powder, chicken powder, tamarind paste, salt, and sugar. So give all these ingredients a good stir so that they are all mixed well together. Alright, so it looks like it is all nicely mixed. Pour in about 1 cup of water first and then gauge and see whether we need any extra water. So pour in 1 cup first. Give it a good stir. Looks like we need another half cup of water. It's a bit on the dry side. So there you go. We have another half cup of water to join the rest. And then what we need to do is to cover this and cook for 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, the potatoes and chicken would have been cooked at this stage. Mix them well and then give it a little bit of squish. Press it so that the potatoes, half of it will form potato paste while the rest of it still retains its original shape. Now let's make our dough. Water dough first. So for this we need 330 grams of all-purpose flour and 1.5 tablespoons of custard sugar. So mix these two ingredients well. The next thing we want to add is our vegetable oil, any oil that has no strong odor. Then give it a stir until the oil mixes pretty well with our flour. Then add in our room temperature water a little bit at a time. So slowly our dough will look like a shaggy mess. So once it looks something like this, we can go in with our hand. So we want to gather all the loose parts together and then knead it for about 5 minutes. Kneading the dough develops the gluten structure, creating a strong elastic dough that does not tear easily afterwards when we roll our dough. So once our bowl is nice and clean, our dough is slightly smooth, need not be totally smooth, something like this will be perfect. We can then wrap it with our cling wrap. This wrapping is to prevent it from drying out. So we need to rest it for 30 minutes. Resting the dough is crucial because it allows the gluten to relax, making the dough more pliable and easier to shape or roll out afterwards. It also helps with hydration and flavor development. This is our oil dough. For this, we need only 2 ingredients, namely butter and all-purpose flour. So all we need to do then is to rub and cut the butter into the flour until it forms like breadcrumbs. Yeah, something like this. Yep. Then when you press the crumbs together, it should hold its shape. Yep, so something like this. Yeah, you can see that it holds its shape like that. Then you know that it is time for us to form a ball by gathering all the crumbs together. You do not need to knead it. Yeah, you just have to form into a ball, and then the bowl becomes nice and clean, and we know that our oil dough is ready for resting. Okay, so this is our oil dough. Then as per normal, wrap it with cling wrap to prevent drying out. And we are going to leave our oil dough to rest for 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes later, our water dough has nicely rested. So we are going to take it out and roll it into a log. So gently roll it into a long, even log of uniform cross-sectional area. So cut it into 18 equal pieces. Each piece is approximately 32 grams. I'm going to make 18 curry puffs. Okay. So then take one piece and slowly form and shape it into a nice sphere. Okay, put it aside. Do the same for all the others until you have 18 water dough spheres. Now this is the oil dough, so you're going to do the same thing and cut it into 18 pieces. So before we cut it, we need to form it into a log first. It really helps with our portioning afterwards. So you don't need to knead it anyway. It's not easy to knead it as it's very crumbly. So you just have to press it to form a log and then divide it into 18 equal pieces. Each piece is roughly about 23 grams. Then we need to take one piece and then press and shape it into a sphere. Okay, so let's put this aside. Do the same for all the other spheres for the oil dough, and eventually you will get 18 of this oil dough. So now we have 18 oil dough pieces and 14 oil dough spheres. Yeah, so that all are spheres actually. So take one water dough and then roll it out into a disc of about 7 cm in diameter. Wrap the oil dough within the water dough. Then we need to seal the edges completely. Yep. And then we also need to press it and roll it so that the water dough is in complete contact with the oil dough, leaving no air gaps. Okay, something like this. Then put it aside and do the same for all the other pairs until you have 18 water and oil dough spheres. So let's get our eggs organized. I've got 6 hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to use this egg slicer to slice each egg into 6 sectors. So eventually I should be able to get 36 sectors. So my plan is to use 2 sectors for each curry puff. So spread the sectors out so that it's easy to pick up afterwards. So take one oil and water dough combo and then gently roll from center upwards, center downwards, center upwards, center downwards. The reason why we do this is to spread the oil dough evenly within the water dough. So once you reach about 15 cm, you roll it out like a cigar. You should have about 2 concentric spirals for the first roll. Then you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and then we are going to roll it again, this time around a bit longer, to about 25 cm in length. If your dough breaks like this, do not worry, it should come together afterwards. Yep. So continue to roll until you get about 25 cm in length. So then roll it up again, and you should get about 3 to 4 rolls this time around. So the next step is to roll it into a disc, to like a circle kind of thing, diameter about 12 cm. Yep. We are ready to put in the filling at this stage. So take 1 tablespoon of filling and then 2 sectors of our hard-boiled egg. Then we need to tidy up the sides so that it forms like a circle like that to make our wrapping easier and neater. Okay, so then just flip one side over the other, then press the edges together firmly to seal our curry puff. And to further seal it, we can crimp the edges. This will seal the pastry and add a visually appealing decorative element to our curry puffs. Okay, so one curry puff is ready. Put it aside on a baking tray lined with baking paper. So then we need to do the same for all the other curry puffs. Then we have 18 beautiful curry puffs. Then we need to egg wash them. So for this we need 1 egg. Lightly beat this egg. And then we use a soft brush to egg wash the top as well as all over the sides. So do the same for all the other curry puffs. Then put it in a preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes or until it turns golden brown. So 35 minutes later, our curry puffs are nice and ready. Look at how beautiful the color is, and it smells so good. It's so aromatic. It's best eaten when it is slightly warm. Okay, let's take one and see what it looks like inside. The layers are baked to a crisp, providing a satisfying crunch. The overall feel is light and airy, making it a preferred choice for those who enjoy a delicate pastry. Do give this recipe a try someday. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!